It's no longer news, as we have seen public office holders have issues with school certificates and even NYSC certificates. And today, the spotlight is on Hannatu Musa Masawa, amongst other juicy stories we have for you today. Welcome to Randoms, and I'm your host, Ogoch Kumobno, and with me in the studio is Sharon Ajay. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like October is a bit slow. But
Really?
well, yes.
But it should be your favorite month.
And I think we are twinning in white, so I guess that has like uplifted my mood.
That's true. That's true, Sharon. Anyway, you look very, very good. I love your blazer, by the way.
Thank you.
So, like we said, the spotlight is on Hannatu Musa, and I'm sure you are itching to hear what has happened again with the certificate saga. But do not worry, we're going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll fill you in. Just say it. Welcome back. Like we said, the spotlight is on Hannatu, and we have juicy stories for you today. In an exclusive interview with Seun Okundaloye on the program Politics Today on Channels Television, he asked Hannatu Musa Masawa to explain how she illegally became a minister without an NYSC certificate. Hannatu couldn't give a definite response or explanation. Instead, she claims it wasn't illegal and she has probably done NYSC 2 times. Who does that? The saga started in 2020 when Buhari nominated her for appointment. During the screening, she couldn't provide an NYSC certificate or exemption letter. According to her, she finished service in 2003, but her document got burnt as a result of fire in her home. She wrote to NYSC to give her a replacement. They refused and said she absconded from service because they searched 2001, 2002, 2003 files and couldn't find her. She claims she served 5 months in Ebonyi before redeployment to Kaduna. NYSC said there was no record of that. She later claimed she didn't pick her certificate because she was sick. NYSC called it a bluff. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Now this is between Hannatu Musa and NYSC, Sharon. It's a big fight. Sharon, what do you think about it?
Well, if you notice while you were, speaking, I just kept saying, oh wow, because it's at this point it's getting out of hand. We had a similar situation with Kemi Adesono. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. She was once the Minister of Finance. Yes. And we also had the same case with Peter Mba. Is currently the governor of Enugu State. The same NYSC saga. Now, back to Hannatu. You did NYSC 2 times?
2 times.
2 times?
Unbelievable.
You know what? While I was watching that, because I actually watched the clip, it was like a push. It was more like a fight. Why are you, tell us about the NYSC saga. NYSC said they did not find your record, and she was like, I don't want to talk about it, or something as sort. Well, I'm not quoting her.
You don't want to talk about it. You're holding a high level in the society. She kept saying
she doesn't want, the time will tell, or something of sort. She didn't want to hit the nail on the head. But because Shehu kept pushing and pushing, then I think there was just a little bit of emotions, and she was like, I've even done NYC more than you. I've done NYC 2 times.
I did not know this part.
Really? It's really funny.
You can do NYC more than somebody. Oh, wow.
I was so shocked. And that's why I said emotions actually crept in. Because why? And I'm even trying to understand, why are there loopholes in some persons that hold office?
Yes.
I feel like if
public offices.
Public offices, thank you. When all those loopholes start coming out and the public are now aware, I feel that that person should be stepped down for a while.
Yes.
Go and probe that person.
Yes.
Before you now come back and give the final
judgment also.
Final investigator your investigation and findings to Nigerians. But you keep a person on the seat, and you with all the saga and all of that, and you make Nigerians feel dumb. by letting someone like that rule them. There are some Nigerians that cannot get jobs because they do not have the NYSC certificate.
You know.
Whereas you have somebody leading as the Minister of Creative Economy, leading you without no certificate. And this lady keeps saying, I have my certificate. I've done it 2 times. So NYSC is saying, we don't have a record of it.
She's saying,
well, you keep pushing for
at
it.
a point, she said, fire burnt the certificate.
Oh, wow.
I was asking myself, is this another story of snake swallowing certificate or swallowing money or elephant coming to...
See, these stories are
we get to hear the stories almost every day,
time.
and we are not happy.
These stories are really, I think about Kemi's case, I think she even stepped down. See, I feel, well, maybe because some people are just power intoxicated or they just want to be in office. When you have these loopholes, I feel it is best you step down, go and make your, do whatever you need to do right, then come back. I would accept you.
I really do not want to believe that for someone who holds a high office as Kemi, as Hanatu, I don't want to believe that she really did not do the NYSC or go into NYSC.
But we can't pick an individual over
if she said she had an exemption letter, it would have been okay. But then NYSC is saying, she says she served 2003 and she served in Ebonyi State as she claimed. But then NYSC is checking their files and they're saying, Hanatu, we don't have you anywhere. We don't even have you in 2001. We don't have you in 2002. Not even the 2003 you claimed. So between Hanatu and NYSC, we do not know who is wrong or who is right. At this point, we are still asking ourselves, Hanatu, did you do NYSC? This is not about emotions. We've heard and we've seen several ministers and even people in governance, and they tell you, oh, snake swallowed it. Oh, one thing happened. Oh, fire got our house, and then I lost my certificate. But then when you go back to the school,
you
can go back to the organization, you can actually trace it back. They have all of these files. If you go back to my school now, for instance, I graduated from Delta State University. When you go to the admin, you see files of 1990, from when the school started, which is 1991, you see files from that place. Even before then, when it was still, what's it called again? It was still under education. Like, it was strictly education, you know. You will still see their files from there, and you start asking yourself, so these people could keep that file. And right now, it is good that technology has even kicked in. These files are no longer in hard copy. You see them in the system, so you can just go and get it. So at this point now, we are saying, Mrs. Hanatu Musa, please complain. Complain. We are Nigerians. We understand the truth. Just tell us, did you do it or did you not do it? Because so many Nigerians are waiting to hear the truth from you. Anyway, that's for Hanatu Musa's story. And the next one, we are kicking into a juicy and heartwarming story. From Amber Thurman, a 28-year-old mother died after she couldn't access legal abortion care in Georgia. The state's maternal mortality review committee found that her death was preventable and said a delay in care had a large impact. In her final hours, Amber Nicole Thurman suffered from a grave infection that her suburban Atlanta hospital was well equipped to treat. She would have taken abortion pills and encountered a rare complication. She had not expelled all of the fetal tissues from her body. She showed up at a Piedmont Henry Hospital in need of a routine procedure to clear it from her uterus, called a dilation and curettage, or DNC as we all know it. Now she has suffered and she has died. This is really a heartwarming story. It is really, really touching. I think it's because of the law in Georgia, which does not permit abortion. But now there is what we call, there's demerit and merit to this side. I understand that abortion is wrong, and okay, you're trying to help to save lives. But then in cases like this now, I want to believe that, okay, what if it was actually a miscarriage? You could have cases like miscarriage like this, and you after everything, you didn't get all of the fetus out, and you really want to get some of them out. Are you going to tell me that the government would not allow cases like this to be prevented or treated. Now you allow someone to die. And I think you were trying to save lives when you said no to abortion. But right now you just took a life. So Sharon, I feel really, really bad. I don't know if you feel the same way with me.
Oh, I actually do. You know, at this point, I wish doctors in Georgia can actually stand in front of me and I'll ask you just a question. What is your job? To protect life or to pay attention to whatever ban that was, you know, the ban that guides the Georgia's law or something? Because it's really sad. Now, this lady went to another state to get her abortion done. It shows that she even respects the ban and whatever law that is guiding Georgia. Now, she came back and she had complications. And the least you could do was help this lady. But no, she sat there, I think in the hospital, on the hospital bed, I don't know where exactly she was, for over 20 hours. And there was no doctor to pay attention to her. When they asked the doctors, okay, why was that? Why did that happen? Their response were, because of the ban, and they might, you know, if they go ahead to save her life or to remove the remains of the features in her, thank you, that they risk going to jail for over a decade. That they only can attend to that lady if, you know, she's in the state of life and death. Now, who are you to know, to judge if the person is in state of life and death? Then
she
the person
came complaining and she stayed in the hospital for more than 20 hours. Don't you think that is the state of life and death?
When the infection was like, it was so bad that they now had to run surgery on her, and she died.
Oh my goodness.
So I understand that. I don't want to talk from a religious aspect because abortion is totally wrong. But just like you said, Ogochukwu, you talked about miscarriage. Now, what if a woman comes that has miscarried and probably there's remaining features in her? Would you not, you know, do the D&S on her?
Maybe in this case, she would need to come with a doctor's report that it was a miscarriage or something. Maybe for them to even carry on with all of the procedure. That's but then really I think sad. The purpose of the law wasn't even established anymore, because the purpose of the law, I think, was to save lives from, especially young ones, from getting unwanted pregnancies and even aborting it and even losing their lives. But at this point, I really feel bad. The law remains the law.
It remains the law.
There's nothing we can do about it. Well, we will be going on a short break. We still have one very interesting story. So stay glued to your TV screen. Welcome back to Randoms. Remember, we've talked about Musa Hanatu with the whole NYSC saga, and we've talked about the recent Georgia law concerning abortion and how a woman lost her life in Georgia because of abortion. Rest in peace to the lady, by the way. And this next story is the one we all have been glued to our phones for. In a recent clash between musician Ayo Balogun, popularly known as WIZKID, and singer David Adeleke, known as Davido, began on October 1st, when WIZKID posted a cryptic tweet that many interpreted as a dig at Davido. This was after Davido teased a snippet of his first single for 2024. The feud escalated quickly, with both artists exchanging insults and personal attacks on social media. The first trouble began in September when WIZKID announced he had a special announcement for Independence Day, which was October 1st, this year, 2024. Shortly afterwards, Davido also promised a significant announcement for the same date. The overlapping announcements stirred excitement, tension, and banter among the duo's intimidating fan bases. As promised, Davido shared a teaser of a new track in a Tuesday Instagram post, captioning it "New Song Loading. Happy Independence, Nigeria." The drama escalated when Davido's creative director and close friend Tycoon, known as Black Tycoon on X, posted a prompting tweet on October 1st saying, "Tell your daddy to drop now." This was widely seen as a subtle jab at WIZKID. A staunch WIZKID fan, Dr. Fab on X responded, telling Tycoon to say please. WIZKID then reposted his exchange, further aggravating the issue. Fans got involved, and ex-user El Pablito, I beg your pardon, El Pablito, responded to WIZKID's dropping minds. Comments in Yoruba saying, one only soprano, one only treble. Meaning they don't have soprano, they don't have treble. WIZKID responded to this. By the way, WIZKID's response to this was even more damning, giving Davido the new nickname, Frogido. Oh no, I didn't see this coming. I'm so sorry. Sharon, WIZKID and Davido, they've always had this backlash, yes, back and forth, insult and all of that, and it got to a point where all thinking maybe it's for new music album, maybe it's for just the gram, maybe it's for cloud chasing, maybe because I won't lie, for some time I have known WIZKID for someone who doesn't even reply to people's comments. I think that's the reason why people call him daddy, because they say he behaves like father. Like, he doesn't really give a damn about what you're saying or what you don't want to say. He just wants to live his life, enjoy his money, and do his thing. But then recently, I was even beginning to think, I mean, they hacked this man's Twitter X account or his Instagram account, because the insults he has been dishing out, even down to the uncle of Davido, which is the Governor Adeleke. Like, I have really been asking, and right now, X has been burning for all of these things. So, Sharon, what do you think? What do you think? Because I know you have something to say. By the way, let me ask: are you a Davido fan or? I am.
I'm not. I'm nobody's fan. You know, it's just so. Okay. I don't know where to place it now. First of all, it started from the fans. Okay. One said, WIZKID has boys and Davido has girls. That's before rest in peace Ifeanyi came. Oh, okay. And they were like, you know, just very not so substantial kind of arguments. And it was, we just felt like, okay, they were just fan and all of that. Before you know it, WIZKID and Davido started throwing jabs at each other. Another time we saw a picture with Davido and you know, WIZKID's mom. Then we saw that they wanted to go on a tour. I really do not follow those guys, but all of these are on social media, so we get to see it. You know, someone said something. I was having the conversation with someone regarding this banter, this recent banter, and the person said, "Are you sure somebody not collect WIZKID phone? Because WIZKID doesn't reply to Davido is the one that is on social media. On social media, like he's very active, back to back. He's always talking. He's always, you know, doing stuff and all of that. But it's just so shocking. It's so shocking that it's now WIZKID, as it's just as if the hands are done, and WIZKID is not the one giving them buzz. And I'm wondering, did they have probably a personal conversation? Then they now came on social media.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. There was even a time when it went online that they're about to have like what do you call it again? Is it
collaboration?
Collaboration. Yeah. They were supposed to have a collaboration song and a music video, and everybody was like they were anticipating the song and video, but then it didn't happen. We did not know what went on the ground, and then Davido got married, and WIZKID dropped a tweet saying, I think he insulted Chioma when he said, understanding wife or understanding girlfriend don't marry. And you know, Davido's fans also gave him back and said, it's even better than you, who hasn't gotten married to the woman that you claim to love and has given birth.
They just always set themselves up for drags. And this is just what I will say from all of this. You guys are grown-up men. Be responsible. If your fans, that is it. If your fans choose to want to throw jabs at each other, want to do nonsense on social media, would you also aid that? No, you shouldn't aid that. You guys should, we're not saying you should be friends. We're not saying you should be whatever you are, but believe it or not, you are colleagues in the music industry. Definitely. So you have to step up and be mature enough for your kids, because they are growing up to come and see all these banters and all of that. And it's not healthy for them.
When you even said for your kids, I'm even asking myself, do they really care about their kids?
No, at this point, because they are young.
These are celebrities and everything comes up online.
And
these are
WIZKID has a
big
grown-up
celebrities.
kid. I don't know, maybe about probably 15 or so.
No, I don't think he's. I don't really think he's. But
I think that guy handles phone
okay,
and he goes on social media. How would you feel seeing your father throwing jabs at a fellow human? So what advice would you tell your son when he comes and say, okay, this guy is getting on my nerves and this is what I want to do to? What are you a woman? Sorry to say, but are you a woman? It's women that usually do banters. Men don't throw jabs at each other. You know, you are guys, do guys things.
And we even hardly see these female artitists come to Nigerian artists come to drag and do all of those
at least they will even do theirs indirectly.
These are names that we kind of grew up with, like our age grade. We grew up with these people, knowing them from Pakrumo to I think one of the I know they kind of have some songs that I grew up with, and we want to dance them in birthday parties and all of that. And now we're getting to this point that we thought, okay, they should be friends, like very close friends. Of course,
because they started
almost together, almost together. So why all of this back and forth? Why the jabs?
It's even getting
rest now. So
from those years till now.
Rest.
People
should please rest. Please, all of this should please stop. God. And if this is for a promotion for a music video or a song, please. We welcome all of it. We are ready. We want to hear them because it's almost Christmas and we want to boogie. Anyway, that's all we have for you today on Randoms. Remember to tune in every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. And if you are just joining us and you're feeling bad you did not get the juicy story, do not worry. Run off to YouTube on Global TV NG and get all of the beautiful stories for today. I remain your host, Agochku Mobno, and with me is Sharon Ajay, and we are saying bye-bye.